To get started with video, all you need is your smartphone. And in this video, we're gonna be breaking down how to shoot a video for YouTube with this.
Now, we're using the iPhone 8, but if you have an Android or any other smartphone, you're gonna get massive value from this video, so let's get into it.
Hey, what's up? Sean Cannell here.
Heather Torres here.
And this is Think Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video and social media. And we're so excited because we're in a 4-part series. This is part 1 of how to create YouTube videos with your smartphone. Part 1 is gonna be all about shooting the video. Then we're gonna do thumbnails in part 2, how to edit in part 3, and then finally how to upload it and optimize the video in part 4.
Now, when I first started on YouTube, all I had was a smartphone. I was not into gear. All of that was really intimidating to me. So I just want to encourage you that this video is really going to walk you step by step how to start creating content with the phone that you already have.
Tip number 1 is before you lock down your shot and set up any gear, put your phone in selfie mode and get a feel for the room.
Yeah, I took the phone, like Sean said, selfie mode, walked around because I wanted to see what the background was gonna look like with me in the shot. Now, you might think that we do this really well at Think Media, but it takes us a couple times. So you'll see I set up the shot first and it didn't quite work out. So I wanted the tripod to be about an arm's length away and I wanted the background to not be too busy. So I moved around the room and then finally locked in the right shot.
Tip number 2 is get your gear ready. Now here's the cool thing. You can start with your smartphone by just putting it on a pile of books using your on-camera microphone, but there's a few pieces of gear that we recommend to really level up your smartphone content. And that is a lighting kit. The lighting kit we have for this shoot was under $100. And then also a microphone, and if you've got your dongle, then the microphone just plugs right into your phone, makes it sound better, and Heather was able to clip that to her shirt. And then finally, just a tripod and a smartphone mount. And you could get all of that gear for right around $150 here in the US. So if you want to see links to any of those specific items, we'll post those in the description below.
Tip number 3 is to lock down your shot. Now, there's always the dilemma, do you do the selfie mode or do you do the normal camera? We suggest that you do the normal camera. And here's the best thing. I know I thought when I sat down, I can't see myself, but don't worry. Do a test shot first where you click the button, you sit down, you say something so you can test your audio, you can check the background, make sure everything's in frame, it looks nice. And then when you get started, everything's good to go.
Yeah, and the reason you want to do that is because the normal camera on most phones, like the majority, is so much superior to the selfie camera. But here's the thing, you can still use the selfie camera if you want, but avoid this mistake. A lot of people, when they're having selfie mode, they look at themselves and not the lens. Therefore, people can see it on the YouTube video. So do your best to look at that little lens on your phone, and that way you'll be making eye contact with the viewer.
Tip number 4 is to lock in your video settings before you start to shoot. Now, most cameras on your phone will do 1080p, which is great, and we recommend choosing that setting, but if you have the option for 4K, choose 4K. So in this video, we're doing 4K at 30 frames per second.
Yeah, and later in this series, we're gonna be going through how to edit that. And what's cool is on an iPhone 8, which is the phone we're using for this series, you'll be able to edit 4K easy. But here's the other thing. You can always shoot in 4K, but then later down process it to 1080p, and it'll still look better on YouTube, helping you get more views and build your brand faster. Psst, hey, I hope you're getting value out of this video, and if you are, can you smash the like button? All right, let's get right back into the tips. Rosie!
Tip number 5 is to deliver the content. Now, before I even sat down to record the video, there's 2 things that I did. The first thing is I researched what I wanted my video to be about. So I didn't just set up all my gear, sit down, stare at the camera and go, what am I gonna record? No, I actually knew what the video was going to be about. The second thing I did was I took the content that I knew I wanted to have in the video and I broke it down into points. That just helps me record the video better and it allows my audience to be able to follow along with the video all the way to the end. Then what I did was press record. Now I walked through the entire video and just like you, I stumbled. I had to stop and restart, and that's okay. You're not gonna get it right the first time, but just keep going.
All right, and now that all the footage is on the phone, it's ready for the edit. But there's actually one more step before that, and that is creating a great